Hi everybody, it's Lori Wetzel here, and I'm here to share the next installment of Tech Tip Tuesdays. And what I'm going to share with you today is a website called Diigo.com. To get to the site, you go to www.diigo.com. And on its most basic level, Diigo is a social or online bookmarking site. And as all of you know, when you set a bookmark on your computer here at school, you can only access it here at school. And if you set a bookmark within your web browser at home, you can only access it home. And that becomes sort of an issue when you've bookmarked something at home and can't remember what the website was once you're here in school. Diigo is a great solution for that. Diigo does have a lot of advanced features that are highlighted down here at the bottom of the page. I'm just going to focus on the basics, and in order to get started and create your account, all you have to do is click on Get Started Now. It does have this link here that if you're an educator, you get started here. So you're going to go through the login process just like you would with any web-based tool. I, of course, already have an account, so I'm going to sign in. Now this site has some really distinct advantages for students and teachers. Like I said before, your bookmarks are not tied to a specific computer. That means whatever bookmarks you have tagged within your library, you have anytime, anywhere access to them. This is a great tool for students as well. This is also a great way to store your usernames and passwords. You have a lot of usernames and passwords for a lot of different sites. So you can actually bookmark those sites like MediaCast or Discovery Education, for instance, and you can actually store your usernames and passwords in here and have anytime, anywhere access to them. Just make sure you make it private. It would be a great use for students if you are using it for them to put in their links to their online textbooks, or if they create a Prezi account. Remind the students to use their Diigo account to keep track of all these usernames and passwords. And finally, Diigo is actually a social bookmarking site, which means you can follow people with similar interests and see what they've bookmarked. So as you can see, I have 189 items tagged, and they all have keywords attached to them. So, for instance, I have my link to PowerSchool in here because I sometimes forget my PowerSchool web address. So all I have to do is type in Power, and it brings up my PowerSchool access, and I can click on it, and I can go to it even if I'm not at my school computer. Another nice feature of Diigo is that if you go to Tools, you can actually install something called the Diigolet. And Diigolet is something that gets put into your favorites bar. You can see mine right up here. And what happens is whatever site you happen to be on, you can very quickly and easily add it to your Diigo account. All I did to add the Diigolet to my toolbar was right-click on it and say Add to my favorites. So I'm going to go back to my library and just demonstrate how easy this is. I found this really cool site about visualizing how our population has grown globally to 7 million people. And it's a great site, and it's not one that I'm going to use right now, but it might be one I could use in the future. All I have to do to bookmark the site into my Diigo account is click on the Diigolet. And when I click on that, I get this little menu bar showing up. I click on Bookmark. It automatically puts in the URL, it automatically puts in the title, and it gives recommended tags. So I don't even have to type in my own tags. I can use the ones that are recommended. And if this was a site where you wanted to store a username and a password, you could click on Private, and no one else would be able to see this bookmark. For now, I'm just going to say Save Bookmark. And now, if I go back to my library and I refresh, my new bookmark is there. Last but not least, I mentioned that this is a social bookmarking site. So I can go to my network, for instance, and it's kind of like Facebook where you can follow people and people can follow you. So I have 3 people following me right now. And I have the option to find people. So I'm going to click on find people, and you can actually search for Diigo users that have similar interests to you. So you can actually follow, for instance, if you're a social studies teacher, you can search for people who teach social studies. And there are nearly 5,000 of them here on the site. You obviously aren't going to follow all 5,000, but you know that that is available. If you know of someone who is in Diigo, like your department member or grade level teacher, you can actually search by name or email if you know that they are already in Diigo. I hope that you find this tool useful. It is one that I use on a daily basis, and it's one that I think that will be useful for students and teachers. If you have any questions, please feel free to email or call me. Have a great day.